Hello, cogitantes. Have you ever smiled when you didn't mean it? Nodded along when everything inside you was screaming? Most of us have, right? Now, imagine that's not a bad day. Imagine that's your entire life. Two games are secretly telling the same story. One is set in a post-apocalyptic sci-fi future. The other is in 1960s rural Japan. One stars a soldier who discovers that everything she knew about herself was a lie constructed by the system that built her. The other stars a teenage girl whose identity is being dismantled in real time by the people who are supposed to love her. You already know Raven from Stellar Blade. Now meet Hinako, and by the end of this, I promise you will never see either of them the same way again. Shimizu Hinako, teenage girl, rural Japan, 1960s. She goes to school, she has friends, she has a family. On paper, normal life. But here is what makes her extraordinary. She keeps a private journal every single day. That journal is the only place in the world where she is allowed to be fully honestly herself, where she gets to want things. That journal is her real face, and the world around her is working overtime to paint over it. Hinako has been promised to a man she didn't choose, an arranged marriage, engineered by her father, who is drowning in debt from his wife's medical bills and desperately needs this deal to go through. She has not been asked, not once. The writer, legendary horror author Ryukishi 7, set this in the 1960s deliberately, modern enough for normal life, old enough that rural isolation is total. No smartphones, no escape hatch. If you scream in those mountains, no one outside them hears you. Now, the people around her are dead, controlling, emotionally suffocating, but not a cartoon villain. He's broke, drowning in shame. This marriage is his lifeline. He's trapped in the same system, crushing Hinako, just from the other side. The suitor, Kutoyuki. Here's the thing, he's not a stranger. He's someone Hinako has known since childhood. When they were kids, a fox bit him. Hinako ran to help him. That same day, he got sick, feverish, changed, fox possession. A nine-tailed fox deity had been living in Ebisugaoka for centuries. When it bit that little boy, it took him over. It warped his genuine childhood feelings for Hinako into obsession. It shaped his entire life, his wealth, his education, his social status, into one single purpose: marry Hinako. The true ending. Hinako reconciles the two fragmented halves of herself, destroys the ancient ancestor behind everything. The curse is lifted. She goes home. Kotoyuki leaves town. They promise to meet again someday, freely, by choice. Not a fairy tale, a chosen ending. After everything she goes through, that choice is everything. To feel the full weight of what Hinako is fighting, you need one cultural fact. Under the traditional Japanese household system of the 1960s, when a daughter gets married, she doesn't join a new family. She vanishes from the old one. New name, new family registry, new loyalty, complete absolution. She stops being her parents' daughter. She becomes a function, a role with a body attached. Look at the bride imagery the game keeps returning to. The white kimono, the same garment Japanese people are buried in. The heavy white makeup, a mask painted directly over her real face. Throughout the entire game, faces are blurred, obscured by flowers, cut away, missing. No face means you are no longer a person, you are a vessel. The monsters in this game look exactly like tradition. This is the entire point. Okay, now we go deeper, because Raven isn't just a cool parallel. She's the mirror image of Hinako's horror. Raven is a member of the 2nd Airborne Squad. Best soldier, sharpest mind, the one who dug through the legacy records, hidden data logs scattered across the ruins of Earth, and pieced together the truth before anyone else did. And the truth destroyed her. She discovered that Mother Sphere, the AI she worshipped as an eternal god, had created her entire race, the androidos, as replacements for original humanity. That everything she believed about herself, her history, her purpose, her very nature was a manufactured lie. The word androidos literally means form of a man. Form, not the real thing. A copy, a function. She was never a warrior with a story. She was a product with a directive. Now look at Hinako. Under the EA system, when Hinako becomes a bride, she too becomes a function, a replacement of the previous wife in the household lineage, a vessel for continuing the family line. Her name changes, her registry changes, her previous self is administratively erased. Both Hinako and Raven are told the same thing by the systems that built them. Your identity is not yours. It belongs to us. It always did. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The way they each fight back. Raven leaves legacy records, encrypted data logs, hidden truths about what she discovered, scattered across the ruins for the next soldier to find. Proof that she existed, proof that she knew. Hinako writes a journal. Both of them, facing annihilation, reach for the same tool, externalized memory. Written proof that there is a self here worth recording. Because if someone else controls your body, your name, your future, the page is the last thing that belongs to you. And now we look at what breaks them differently. Raven had no foundation. When the lie collapsed, there was nothing underneath. No self she had ever been allowed to build independently. So she attached herself to the elder Naitiba, traded one false god for another. Hinako, she has a self, a rich, complicated private self, proven by every page of that journal. What the world is trying to do is not reveal a lie to her, it is bury the truth she already knows. That is the distinction. Raven lost her identity when the external story collapsed. Hinako is fighting to keep hers before it gets taken. Same horror, completely opposite direction. There's a Greek myth, a blacksmith named Procrustes, special bed. Every guest had to fit it exactly. Too short, stretched. Too tall, legs cut off. Perfect fit every time. That is both of their words, cut and stretched until they fit the role assigned. Sartre said, "You are not born with a preset purpose. You exist first, and then through your choices, you decide who you are." He called surrendering that freedom to what's expect bad faith. Mothersphere decided what Raven was before she could question it. Hinako's father, her culture, and a fox deity decided what she was before she could refuse it. Both women are being handed an essence before they've been allowed to exist, and both of them, in their own way, in their own words, push back. Raven with data logs buried in ruins, Hinako with a journal she writes every morning. In a world designed to erase you, insisting on your own inner life is the most radical act available. Dear Cogitantes, Raven discovered a lie and shattered because there was no self underneath the mission. Hinako has a self, and the world is trying to surgically remove it. Both of them are asking the same question from completely opposite directions. How much of who you are was actually chosen by you, your idea of success, your idea of a good life, what it means to be a good daughter, a good son, a good friend. How much of that came from you, and how much was handed to you by your family, your culture, the system that raised you before you were old enough to push back? And if you did push back, who was the first person to drag you back into the bucket? Hinako had to answer that question inside of a haunted village in 1960s Japan. Raven had to answer it alone, in the ruins of a dead Earth, with no squad left and a god she trusted turning out to be a machine. We are luckier than both of them, but the question doesn't go away just because the fog clears. Who decided your fate? Is it actually yours? Happy thinking.